Presented by BFP Pacific and Texas Corporation and stopping out global power. This is an motivational header featuring the BFP Firefighters versus the Meralco Linemen. Rely on our official Facebook page to talk about some basketball league. Now let us be the first from all teams. First from the BFP Firefighters. For number 11, Raymond Manga. Also for number 8, Dirkson Mensayana. At for number 7, Joji Gamboa. Also for number 6, Roy Setas. At center number 9, Paulo Ismail. Down the speed is Thomas Victor. Meralco Linemen. At for number 2, Giacomo Kino. Also for number 16, Raymond Lavello. For number 22, Dominic Matsoso. Also for number 35, Anthony Supar. Playing center number 15, Mark Van Pullman. Our games of each British strategies for Northern High. Upper Warden and Happy Allah. Upper Suit Dennis Solomon. Our technical head, Eddie Valenzuela.
This is the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Cup in BSIC, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. Sponsored by First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. This is our main game of the evening. This Friday, May 9, 2025, here at the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City. Group A action between Bureau of Fire Protection Firefighters against the Meralco Linemen. Ball is up and we are underway in this matchup. BFP with a 1-3 record, coming off their first win against the OSG Patriots, while the Meralco Linemen 2-1, coming off their first loss at the hands of the OP Bagong Pilipinas. My name is Yago Da Paz, coming to you from courtside here inside the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City. Basket is good by Mark Fampulme, the former UE Red Warrior, scoring, and Rico Neil Kwan Tiu scoring for BFP, getting the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way. So joining Rico Neil Kwan Tiu for BFP on the starting lineup: Jorson Montellana, Joji Gamboa, Roy Senyas, and Paulo Guzman. While for Meralco, they're backstopped by Mark Fampulme, Rab Supan, Darwin Magtoto, Raymond Ravelo, and Jeffrey Ronquillo. Head coach for BFP is Stephen Requina. While for the Meralco Linemen, they're led by Coach Patrick Fran. Of course, their assistant coach, a very familiar name to all of you NCAA fans out there, Yusuf Al-Jamal, the former King Red Lion, and the three-pointer down the hatch for Joel Manili. The rebound there by Darwin Magtoto. Magtoto forward, Mark Fampulme. Quick 10-3 start for the Meralco Linemen. 17 to shoot for BFP. Gamboa got his pocket picked by Joey Manalili. Now to Fampulme. Fampulme, full head of steam, gets fouled. Foul by Roy Senyas. Two foul shots on the way for Fampulme. Fampulme looking good so far in this matchup for the Meralco Linemen. Can't make the first free throw, unfortunately. Second of two. Down the hatch for a split. And right now BFP buried in quicksand right away. against the stifling defense of Meralco. 7 to shoot, the drive to the basket. And Rico Neal Quantiu's pass picked off. Here comes Manalili, drop off pass. Arnel Casanova with that baseline layup from the dunker spot. 16 to shoot. Rico Neal Quantiu, baseline J, gets the lucky bounce. Seven and a half remaining in the first quarter. Joel Manalili steps into a three but missing. And we got a foul on the floor. It's called on Rico Neal Quantiu. So it will be 2 foul shots for Mark Fampulme. Fampulme missing the first free throw, averaging 22.3 points, 13.7 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game. Fampulme, 1 out of 2 once again. Now with 6 points in tonight's main event. Now BFP, oh, and a pickoff there by Joel Manalili. Defense into offense. And Coach Stephen Requina has seen enough for the BFP Firefighters and calls the first timeout with 7:09 remaining in the first. 16-5 in favor of the Meralco Linemen. This is your Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco PowerGen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. It's a quick 16-5 lead for the Meralco Linemen's 11-point advantage. Fampulme throws the ball away after stealing the basketball. Rico Neal Quantiu nearly gets a 3-point play opportunity. Instead, he will have to earn his points from the 4.5-meter charity stripe. Foul is called against Arnel Casanova. First is short for Rico Neal Quantiu. A shade under 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Split charities for Quantiu. 6:45 left. Magtoto still with the handle. Gives it up to Raymond Larvelo. Back to Magtoto. Foul line J. Short. Rebound secured by BFP, but unfortunately for Kurt Amores. Stepped at the baseline, lost some real estate inbound. 11 seconds to shoot for Meralco. That drop-off pass by Joel Manalili, picked off by BFP. And on the drive to the basket, it's Royce Senyas. Unfortunately for Senyas, looks like he's in need of medical attention right away. Power play to the basket for Darwin Magtoto. And looks like Royce Senyas is holding on to his right hand. Scary fall right there for Royce Senyas. 6:05 remaining here in quarter number 2. So Senyas had to be subbed out. So making his first entry into the ball game would be Gerson Montellana. Check that. That's number 4, Miguel Eguido rather. And once again, it's Rico Neil Kwan Tew taking up the scoring load for BFP, down by 8, 18-10. Another 3-pointer on court. That doesn't fall through for Raymond Ravelo. Counter steal here by Manalili. Nice find inside. Mark Vampulme gets hammered inside by John Tolentino. So Vampulme a little hard on himself for missing that gimme. (18-10) in favor of Meralco. Vampulme in and out on the first of 2. As we are close to approaching the halfway point of the first period of play. 0 for 2 this time for Vampulme. 2 out of 6 from the free throw line in his last 3 trips. 15 on the shot clock. The turnaround shot from 17 out doesn't fall through for Kurt Amores. Another trip to the foul line for Meralco as Darwin Magtoto gets some contact on the drive to the basket. 5:03 left here in period number 1. Magtoto to the foul line to shoot 2 for the Meralco Linemen. First of 2 doesn't go through. Magtoto averaging 9.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2 assists in 16 minutes of action per game. Magtoto, 1 out of 2. Makes it a 9-point ball game as we hit the midway point of quarter number 1. Montellana gets the ball back from Miguel Eguido. Shot clock down to 10. Kurt Amores. Cross-court pass. Rico Neil Kwan Tew just outside the shaded lane for that jumper. 4.5 left here in the first period. Magtoto, foul line J, could not connect. Rebound secured by Ralph Supan. Vampulme kicks it out. 3 ball on court, unleashed down the hatch for Raymond Ravelo. 4:10 remaining. It's back to a 10-point lead for Meralco. 15 to shoot. Tolentino. Nice find there to Kurt Amores, but rejected by Ralph Supan. We got a pair of substitutions for the linemen. John Ronald Valderrama together with Oscar Moreno making their entrances here. Also in the ball game is Jeffrey. Joining them is Jeffrey Ronquillo Vampulme. And Oscar Moreno. 10 on the shot clock for BFP. Rico Neil Kwan Tew missing the jumper. Goes out of bounds off of the hands of John Tolentino. 3 minutes and 30 remaining here in the first quarter. Ronquillo. Supan. Great ball movement for Meralco. Now they go to the left elbow. Running. Floater is good for John Valderrama. 12-point advantage, 24-12 for Meralco. And a steal by Ralph Supan, starting this 3-on-1 fast break. Broken up by Miguel Eguido. 0-0, Ben Hamilton replacing Mark Fampulme. Entering the ball game for BFP, that's Kent Ferrer replacing Christopher Tolentino. 16 to shoot for Meralco. And a steal completed by Miguel Eguido, and a foul called against Jeffrey Ronquillo. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Jumper in heavy traffic, a miss for Rico Neal Quantiu. Now Ronquillo starting the fast break attack, but there's a foul against BFP, and it will send Ben Hamilton to the 4.5-meter line. Foul is called against Miguel Eguido. So it's a second string big man for Meralco entering the ball game. Ben Hamilton has not scored this season. That's his first point. So he's averaging 9, almost 10 minutes a game, 2 rebounds with 1.5 assists. His first 2 of the tournament. 2 minutes and 30 remaining here in quarter number 1. BFP dug themselves into a deep hole to start the ball game. Rico Neal Quantiu, turnaround shot, right baseline jumper. 26-14. Back to a 12-point lead for the Meralco Linemen. 16 to shoot. Left baseline jumper falls short for Jeffrey Ronquillo. Ronquillo on the second time around buries it. Nice find from Ralph Supan. 1 minute and 50 remaining. Rico Neal Quantiu bobbles the ball, lost it at the sideline. So far, both teams shooting at a high clip, but Meralco having more opportunities at the basket. 66% shooting for the linemen to start this match. 12 on the shot clock. Baseline drive. Tried to go to Hamilton, but a kickball violation on the BFP Firefighters. So we got a substitution here for the BFP Firefighters. That will be Roel Tunay entering the match, replacing Miguel Eguido. 14 on the shot clock. Baseline inbound here for the Meralco Linemen. Valderrama, extra pass, nice find. And a missed 2-point shot for Jeffrey Ronquillo. Hamilton missing on the second try, but on the third try, Ralph Supan gets fouled. Supan goes to the 4.5-meter line for 2 shots. So Supan averaging 1.5 points, 4 rebounds. Misses both free throws. Three-pointer down the hatch. John Valderrama. A minute remaining here in the first period. Three-pointer short for Richard Arbutante. And on the fast break, the layup for Oscar Moreno. And now here comes BFP, a miss from close range for Kurt Amores. Getting no love for the Meralco gym. Rims, and on the fast break, Jeffrey Ronquillo. Nice find from Oscar Moreno. Shot clock is off, and BFP with the last opportunity to score here in the first quarter. Rico Neal Quantiu got the reach and foul coming from Oscar Moreno. That's the last foul to give for Meralco this quarter. 8 seconds remaining. Another three-pointer off the window. Richard Arbutante. Ending this quarter on a high note for the BFP Firefighters. 35-17 after quarter number 1. And we'll be back with more action as Meralco leads the way in our main game of the evening here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. Don't go away. This is your Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Basic, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power, sponsored by First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. Second quarter of action now underway. 35-17, the Meralco Linemen shooting the lights out on their home floor here at the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City on this beautiful Friday evening, May 9, 2025. My name is Diego Da Paz, calling the action for tonight's games. Rico Neal Quantiu trying to open the scoring here in the second period, but missing from the foul line. It's a 5-on-4 attack and a miss, unfortunately, for John Valderrama. Now Rico Neal Quantiu nearly had the pocket pick. Baseline jumper falls through for the BFP Firefighters. 35-19. It's a 16-point advantage. Make that 19. Ronald Valderrama turning up the Jets for the Meralco Linemen. And now the Linemen slowing things down. They go to Oscar Moreno. Supan missing the jumper but gets some contact courtesy of Richard Arbutante. 20 minutes off the bench for Ben Hamilton together with Oscar Moreno. They're replaced by Jerry Lau and Mark Fampulme. (38-19). Supan. in, out, and back in again for his first point of the evening. Now Rico Neal Kwan Tew drives right and finds his range. And Rico Neal Kwan Tew now with 14 points to his name with 1 rebound and hasn't taken a seat on the bench just yet. 18-point lead for the Meralco Linemen. Kwan Tew, nice find. Ferrer gets stuffed by Ralph Supan. And a steal by Junson Ferrer. Kwan Tew, the fadeaway jumper, could not find the bottom of the cup. Now Ralph Supan gives it to Ronquillo. And the finish by John Ronald Villanueva. Foul called against Ray Namia. Bonus free throw on the way for Ronald Valderrama. Takes it, makes it, and a pair of substitutions here for Meralco. Ryan Marasigan checks in together with Aldrin De La Cruz. 2 fresh entries for the linemen this evening. Kwan Tew, favorite spot on the floor, could not get it to drop. Now Ryan Marasigan gives it up to Richard De La Cruz. Back to Marasigan. De La Cruz at the top of the key. Lau from the right elbow, in and out. And now it's a 2-on-4 attack for BFP. Rico Neal Kwan Tew waited for numbers. And Roel Tunay's pass nearly went out of bounds. Save for that tap out of bounds by Meralco. 15 to shoot for BFP. Arbotante lets it fly, left it short. On the reset, unfortunately a miss from close range for Kent Ferrer. Foul against Ryan Marasigan. Will be 2 on the line for Kent Ferrer. First is in for Ferrer. Two out of 2 for Kent Ferrer. Three minutes down here in the second quarter. Now Meralco attacking. The skip pass to Lau. They go back to the top to De La Cruz. Extra pass to Ryan Marasigan, but his 3-point shot went wayward and out of bounds. Now Rico Neal Kwan Tew starting the offense for BFP. They go to the top to Ferrer. Now to the right wing. Richard Arbotante off glass. 42 to 25. Meralco still on top. 17 to shoot. Fampulme to De La Cruz. Now to Lau. Launches it from the same spot as earlier. Still no good. Fampulme gets the board but lost the handle. Now Rico Neal Kwan Tew threads the needle. Nice find inside for Stephen Namia. Gets the hoop, the harm, the 3-point play the hard way. 5:44 left here in the second. Stephen Namia with the bonus and gets it down. Down to a 14-point ball game. Meralco starting to feel the heat. 16 to shoot. Lau drives closer. Drops it off to Fampulme. Fampulme in a sea of white. Could not get a shot up, and a counter steal by Ralph Supan. Now here come the linemen, and a foul given up by Richard Arbutante. 5:18 remaining in the second. 19 to shoot for the linemen. Pampulme still with the handle. Pampulme still at the left wing, gives it up Marasigan. Extra pass to the corner. Lau overshoots the mark. 4 on the shot clock. Pampulme with the baby hook. Mark Pampulme sharp as ever. 44-28. Making this a 16-point lead. Quan Thieu trying to cut into the deficit. No good. Board secured by Roel Tunay. Extra pass finds its way to Ray Stephen Namia. Down to a 14-point ball game once again. 44-30. 4.5 remaining here in the first half. And a traveling call against Ralph Supan. Ben Hamilton returns, replacing Ralph Supan. Twin tower combo between Pampulme and Hamilton. Pampulme will slide down to forward. Ken Ferrer. Quan Thieu turns around quickly and gets fouled. The foul is called on Ryan Marasigan. Rico Neal Quan Thieu, a chance to add to his total so far. Now at 16 points. Make that 17 as the BFP Firefighters have shot a near perfect 6 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight. And I might have jinxed that one. Now it's 6 out of 8. Now Meralco on the attack. Marasigan, extra pass. 3 ball down the hatch for Joel Manili. 47-31. Meralco leading all the way so far. Rico Neal Quan Thieu extending his point total tonight. Now at 19. Surpassing his average of 18.3 points per game this season here in the Makabansa Basketball League. Hamilton off the glass. Another man surpassing his average this season gets fed by Rogelio. Check that, that's Joel Manili. Ferrer. Arbutante for 3. Left it short and flat. Rebound by Ryan Marasigan. Manili back to Marasigan. Drops it off to Pampulme. 51-33. Less than 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Now Rico Neal Quan Thieu. A foul against Mark Pampulme. Blocking variety. 2 minutes and 49 remaining here in the second period, and we have a ceasefire on the floor. And we will be back after this timeout. 2 minutes and 49 remaining here in period number 2. Here in our main game of the evening here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Friday night action. Here at the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City, my name is Nego Del Paz, calling the action. 2 on the shot clock. The three-pointer launched but doesn't fall through for Leo Unco. Fresh off the bench for BFP. Pampulme, the kick-out pass, corner 3, and it's a miss for Ryan Marasigan. Now here comes BFP, trying to look for some magic. And a miss underneath the basket for Charles Unco. And a steal by Rico Neil Kwan Chiu. Kwan Chiu fires a little too early in that reset. 2 minutes exactly remaining. Mark Pampulme gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way. A minute and 51 remaining here in quarter number 2. Pampulme trying to extend his point total tonight, and also Meralco's lead as well. Pampulme gets the bonus to drop. So Mark Pampulme now with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Minute and 45 remaining. Fadeaway jumper for Rico Neil Kwan Chiu, no good. Second try here for Kurt Amores. Gets some love this time, getting the bump, the bucket, and a chance for the bonus. 54 to 35. A minute and 35 remaining here in quarter number 2. Kurt Amores hits the bonus. And BFP slowly cutting into this Meralco lead. And the steal completed by Christopher Tolentino. Extra passing finds its way underneath for Charles Unco. And the Meralco linemen smelling some smoke, sensing a fire underneath this BFP run. 54 to 38, a minute and 21 remaining. We got a timeout. A minute and 21 remaining. Meralco calling for that last ceasefire as BFP has cut further into this deficit of theirs, down now by 16 points, 54 to 38. Pampulme, extra pass, leads to this 3, in and out, unfortunately for Raymond Ravelo. Second try here, Manili gives up to Hamilton, but Hamilton shuffled his feet, danced the wrong beat. Went around the world and back to Meralco Gym without a passport and got caught. 55 seconds left. Rico Neil Kwan Chiu missing from the right baseline, and the bad pass from Mark Pampulme sails to the front row and out of bounds. .45 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Amores backing down. Mark Pampulme uses the window and in. Down to a 14-point ball game, 54 to 40. Manili, Marasigan. Now they go underneath. Hamilton, the turnaround shot. And Ben Hamilton playing the game of his life so far here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3. Now it's 6 points to his name. 10 seconds left. Rico Neil Quantiu short on that jumper. 5 seconds left. The lineman still has enough time. 3-pointer and left short. From Pulmes shot wouldn't have counted even if that went in. At the halftime break, it's a 56-40 lead for the Meralco Linemen. A furious second quarter run for the BFP Firefighters has trimmed this Meralco lead. Second half of action coming your way here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power.
The largest single-site solar project and battery energy storage system in the world rises in the Philippines.
Proud Bulacania ako. Mas proud ngayon kasi makikilala kami sa buong mundo dahil sa Terra Solar. Bukod dyan ay dadami ang trabaho at lalago ang negosyo dito sa amin.
The technology we are deploying here is cutting edge, ensuring a more reliable energy system for the Philippines.
Terra Solar is more than just a power project. It is our commitment to a greener and sustainable future. We aim to provide a substantial percentage of the Philippines' energy needs, which will offset carbon dioxide emissions by 4.3 million tons annually.
We are building on the hopes and dreams of the communities we serve. Terra Solar is a beacon of progress, showing the world that the Philippines is taking bold steps in the clean energy revolution.
In a world where change is constant and can drastically impact the lives of people around you, knowledge and innovation are the most valuable assets. Being in the service of the Filipino people, we at First Philac are bound to our commitment to provide world-class transformer solutions to our customers. For over 45 years, we have been the premier solutions provider to the country's power utilities, commercial and industrial businesses. And we have grown to be the largest manufacturer of amorphous transformers in Southeast Asia. As we commit to perfection, we constantly engage our customers and anticipate their developing needs. We keep in touch with customers to address their current and emerging pain points, until everything we do enhances the life it touches. As a result, we have innovated our transformers to consistently meet industry standards at the lowest total owning cost. Armed with a fixed menu and a wide range of solutions offering, we are able to customize our approach to varied clients in the utility, property, commercial and industrial sectors. Our commitment for service excellence comes from the desire to make a positive difference in the lives of everyone around us. Our wide presence in the country attests to the quality of service we provide. Meeting customer needs is the heart of our business. We offer a wide array of services, from the supply of pole-type and pad-mounted transformer solutions to packaging substations and switchgears. Our compact substations can be mobile-capable, plug-and-play and expandable. It aids customers in minimizing operational downtime. We provide service options that go beyond the mere one-time supply, and we integrate offers with worry-free services. Experienced engineers spearheading the preventive and corrective maintenance and calibrating the controls and relays of your transformers and distribution systems as needed. With exemplary service, customers get their money's worth for the efficient solutions we provide. That makes a modern lifestyle possible. Inasmuch as we focus on our commitment to serve customers, the source of our strength also lies in people. Our discipline is centered on providing the best service to the Filipino people for nation development. Because commitment requires focus, dedication, and passion, our company is made up of people desiring for excellence. We value hard work and conduct.
This is the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power, sponsored by First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. At the halftime break, it's 56-40 in favor of the Meralco Linemen against the BFP Firefighters. My name is Yago Dalpaz, coming to you from courtside here at the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City on this beautiful Friday evening. The linemen earlier led by as much as 21 points, only for the BFP Firefighters to whittle it down to as low as 14 late in the second period. Let's take a look at some of the scoring leaders so far. Rico Neal Quantu with 19 points for BFP. 13 points for Mark Pampulme, Arbotante and Amores with 5 points each for BFP, while for Meralco, Manalili and Valderrama with 11 points each. So take a look at some of the stats so far. 56% shooting for Meralco, 42% for BFP. So very high scoring clip for both sides, and Pampulme adding 2 more to the board for the Meralco linemen. 3-point shooting, 6 out of 15 for Meralco, 1 out of 5 for BFP. Both teams also shooting a high clip from the free throw line, 7 out of 9 for BFP, Meralco 8 out of 16. Baseline J is good for Darwin Magtoto. And now it's back to a 20-point ball game for Meralco. Of course, in terms of rebounding, 28-12 advantage for Meralco, especially with rebounding kings in Pampulme, Supan, and Marasigan, combining for 14 rebounds in the first half. So that's half. Those 3 players alone combining for half of Meralco's total in the first 20 minutes of play. Points in the paint, 24-14 for Meralco. And bench points, 25-19 for the linemen. Now back to the action here on the floor. Rico Neal Quantu with that awkward jumper sticks it in for the BFP Firefighters, for them to get their first 2 on the board this second half. 14 on the shot clock for Meralco. Long 2. Would not drop for Darwin Magtoto. On the second try, Darwin Magtoto could not be denied. And the steal off the inbound by Joel Manili. He tried to dump it down low to Pampulme, but tapped out of bounds by Kurt Amores. Back in the fold for BFP, it will be Joji Gamboa replacing Christopher Tolentino. 18 to shoot for the linemen. Moreno, quick off the inbound, making that jumper from 17 out of that inbound pass coming from Darwin Magtoto. 14 to shoot for BFP. Rico Neal Quantu. That's automatic for Rico Neal Quantu. 7:25 remaining here in quarter number 3. Moreno swings it to Manili. Now it goes to the hands of Darwin Magtoto. Manili, top of the key, 3! Won't fall through. And Pampulme, well defended there by a shade of BFP trees. Ferrer muscles his way through against Oscar Moreno. Three minutes into the third period. Moreno goes back to the hands here of Darwin Magtoto, missing that jumper. Now BFP trying to run the fast break, but it was stopped by Manili. Darwin Magtoto. Manili. Left elbow, 3! 1, 2, 3! Blackjack lead. 21 points for Meralco. Ferrer to Rico Neil Quantiu. Turns around but met a brick wall in John Valderrama, who denies that shot. The foul called against Jonji Gamboa to stop a fast break from materializing for Meralco. Manili gives it up to Ronald Valderrama. Valderrama gets it back. Oscar Moreno. Quick trigger jumper from 19 feet out. 69-46. A nice lead for the Meralco linemen. Amores steps into a 3. No love lost there between him and the rim. And now Pampulme double pumps it. Won't go. Oscar Moreno gets fouled by Kurt Amores.
This is a second personal foul. Second female for BFP.
5:19 left here in the third. Oscar Moreno heading to the 4.5 meter line for the first time tonight. Moreno cold. Could not make that first to drop. Meralco now 8 out of 17 from the foul line. Make that 9 out of 18. A bevy of substitutions for the Meralco linemen. 5 on the floor for BFP. That's Amores, Egido, Gamboa, Quantiu, and Ferrer. Amores from the left baseline knocks it down. 70-48 as we hit the halfway mark of the third period. 16 to shoot for the Meralco linemen. Another 3 uncorked, unleashed, down the hatch for Joel Manili. 73-48. It's been a one-sided affair from the get-go in favor of the home team, the Meralco linemen. 10 on the shot clock. Amores gives it up to Rico Neil Quantiu. Quantiu lost the handle, and now Meralco 2-on-1 attack, and failed to finish there was Richard De La Cruz, even though he had a two-man game there with Manili. And underneath the basket, Joji Gamboa on that power play attack. 73-50. 23-point lead for Meralco. Valderrama steps into a 3. Bang! Bang! Boom! And that is it for Coach Stephen Requina of BFP. He's seen enough. He wants to stop this from continuing. A 76-50 lead. 26-point lead for the Meralco linemen. We'll be back after this timeout. We got 3 minutes and 54 remaining, a shade under 4 minutes left here in the third period. Meralco Linemen mounting a 26-point lead, their biggest of the match. Could make it 28 right here this time around. Richard De La Cruz makes sure that he completes that layup. 78-50. Now Ferrer attacking and parts the Red Sea. Ben Hamilton moves out of the way, allowing that layup. Marasigan gets tied up by Kurt Amores.
That's his third
personal foul on Amores. And he will check out of the game, replaced by Leo Unco. 18 to shoot for the Meralco Linemen. Ronquillo to Marasigan at the left elbow. Marasigan swings it to Richard De La Cruz. Extra pass, Marasigan off that cross-court pass, missing that 3-point attempt. Fresh 14 on the shot clock for Meralco. Marasigan tried to go inside to Ben Hamilton. Broken play for Meralco and a miss by De La Cruz. Another fresh 14 on the shot clock, and that pass by Ryan Marasigan zips through. Referees say though it will stay with Meralco with 9 seconds on their shot clock. Ronquillo, 6 on the shot clock for Meralco. Ronquillo launches a 3. Off target on the reset right there. Arnel Casanova with a putback shot. 80-52. The linemen on top. Steal by Ben Hamilton, and De La Cruz lost his footing and lost the ball at the baseline. Now the BFP Firefighters, they need to launch an offensive right here to keep themselves in the game. The lowest they have cut this Meralco lead was at 14 late in the second quarter. And Rico Neil Kwan Tew a little shaken and stirred. And a steal by the BFP Firefighters. And the up and under move. Continuation play for Kent Ferrer. And the foul is called on Jeffrey Ronquillo. Bonus free throw on the way for Ferrer. Takes it and makes it. Kent Ferrer with the continuation play. Now with 8 points in the evening. Under 2 minutes left. And a miss by Arnel Casanova. And a hacking foul called on Meralco. That's called against Richard De La Cruz. Minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Unco goes to Rico Neil Kwan Tew. No good, and the miss from close range for Paulo Guzman on the reset. Minute and 15 remaining, and an offensive foul called against Richard De La Cruz. Minute and 12 remaining here in the third. Christopher Tolentino returns, replacing Kent Ferrer. Tolentino gives it up inside to Paulo Guzman. Rico Neil Kwan Tew tries the reverse. Won't budge and will stay with BFP. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kwan Tew Christopher Tolentino missing from close range. Will go the way of Meralco with 51.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Ronquillo to De La Cruz. Back to Ronquillo at the top of the key. Swings it to the right to Ryan Marasigan. Skip pass finds its way to De La Cruz, who misses the three. And the rebound by Casanova. 10 on the shot clock for Meralco. De La Cruz at the left wing. Gives it to Ronquillo at the top of the key. Casanova. Left elbow long two. 82-57. The linemen looking to close this one out early. 7 seconds remaining. Quan Thieu gives it to the Tolentino. Back to Quan Thieu. The jumper. Automatic from the foul line. And that ends quarter number 3. 82-59. The Meralco Linemen on top against the BFP Firefighters. As we continue action in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. We'll be back with fourth quarter of action. (82-59), the Meralco Linemen leading the BFP Firefighters as we start the fourth and final quarter of action here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Friday night action from the Meralco Fitness Center in Pasig City. Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig is presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. Joel Manili hits the three-pointer for the Meralco Linemen. Once again, my name is Diego Del Paz, coming to you from courtside. 12 on the shot clock. Rico Neil Quan Thieu missing from close range. Ferrer on the putback gets fouled. And foul is on Mark Pampulme, just his second personal foul. We'd also like to thank our sponsors: First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. Ferrer gets that split on the foul line, 85-60. 25-point advantage. Silver lead for Meralco. Manili to extend it to 28. Ichi Ni San. 88-60. The Meralco Linemen, no mercy tonight. Showing that they want to move up in the standings after suffering their first loss at the hands of Office of the President Bagong Pilipinas in their last outing, in their first game rather. So they've been on a winning tear since that loss. And the steal and the bucket for Leo Unco. So the BFP Firefighters, if this result stands, they will incur their fourth straight loss. Drive to the basket, no good for Unko. And he will have to earn his points from the foul line. Showing 2 from the line. It will be Leo Unko. Nearly 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter, and Leo Unko 1 point shy from hitting his season average of 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So lane violation. A substitute free throw here for Unko. Unko now with, check that, that's 4 points already, so he's already well past his season average. Turnover for the Meralco Linemen, courtesy of Joel Manili. Now the Firefighters on the attack. Guzman. And a miss there by Rico Neal Quantiu from the right baseline. Now the lineman. Lau driving. The kick-out pass to John Valderrama. Top of the key 3. Off to the left, unfortunately, for Joel Manili. Lau lets it fly off the mark. Mark Van Pulme gets hit on the dome. Still had the composure to make that putback. Bonus free throw on the way for Mark Van Pulme. 7:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bonus free throw is short for Van Pulme. Mark Van Pulme already has 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Quantiu tried to thread the needle to Ferrer, but stolen away by Ralph Supan. Now the lineman on the attack, Manili. Valderrama lets the 3 fly! Bang! Bang! Boom! 90-65. And it is indeed a blowout. 93-65 rather is our count. And make that 95-65. Joel Manili makes it a 1-month lead at 30 points. But Christopher Tolentino scores on the other end for the BFP Firefighters. Shot clock at 15 for the Meralco Linemen. 6 minutes remaining in this match. Manili gave it up to Supan. Left it short from the foul line. Manili with a steal. 3-on-3 attack. Manili to Supan. Supan blows the layup. And the rebound. One there by Meralco. Van Pulme gets tied up. That's the last foul to give for BFP in this match. And Meralco is emptying the bench. So it will be a baseline inbound here for Meralco, and Van Pulme will check out possibly for the last time. Ben Hamilton returning for Meralco. So it's time for these players to shine for the Meralco Linemen. Shovel pass finds its way to Miguel Aguido. As we are close to the halfway point of the fourth and final quarter. 15 on the shot clock. 3-pointer launched, but too strong for Jerry Lau. Rico Neal Kwan Tew sneaks through for the layup. It's out of bounds off of Meralco, off the hands of Raymond Ravelo. 14 seconds to shoot for the BFP Firefighters. Kwan Tew finds the seam, missing that long two from the foul line. Ravelo, 17 to shoot, goes to Jeffrey Ronquillo. Ravelo at the left corner, gets the ball back. Moreno, extra pass, three-pointer offline for Jerry Lau. Ray Namia gives it up to Kurt Amores. Check that, that's Miguel Aguido who gets fouled. Holding foul on Oscar Moreno. 95 to 71 with 4.5 remaining in this match. 16 to shoot for the BFP Firefighters. Ferrer lets it fly from deep. Iron deficient. Rebound by Rico Neal Kwan Tew, missing on the reset. Ben Hamilton secures the board. Ravelo. Ronquillo. Lau, back to Ronquillo. Now to Ravelo. Left short corner three. Down the hatch. 98 to 71. Rico Neal Kwan Tew got his pocket picked by Jeffrey Ronquillo. Ravelo back to Ronquillo. Oh, and a water block by Roel Tunay. Kwan Tew, extra pass to Miguel Aguido. Back to Kwan Tew, but tapped away by Ben Hamilton. 15 to shoot. Oh, and Rico Neal Kwan Tew tried to do that trick off the inbound. But that three-point shot, unfortunately for Kent Ferrer, goes out of bounds. Last 3.5 of our Friday doubleheader here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3. Ben Hamilton, that turnaround shot, I believe he already has 8 points, 4 rebounds. Rico Neal Kwan Tew airballs that jumper. Ravelo missing that close range shot in transition. Now Rico Neal Kwan Tew backing down his defender and swiped away by Jeffrey Ronquillo. Midnight hours of this match. And a miss from close range for Oscar Moreno. With this impending win, BFP the Meralco Linemen about to move up to 3-1 unbeaten in their last 3 outings. While the BFP Firefighters trying to look for some answers after winning their opening match, about to drop 4 straight games. 102 to 73, Meralco well on top. 2 minutes and 19 remaining in the 4th period. Don't go away. Here in the 4th and final quarter, 102 to 73, the Meralco Linemen on their way to win number 3 in 4 games. BFP calling that last time out. Looks like both teams already emptying their benches in what has been a masterclass of a win for the Meralco Linemen. And we are down to the last 2 minutes of this matchup, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. Ooh! And they've been trying to feed Jerry Lau since earlier and finally knocks down the three. Three-pointer no good for Ray Namia. And as early as now, we gotta check our possible best player of the ball game here for Meralco. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the linemen. Arnel Casanova. Lau, extra pass. Ravelo for three. Hits the side of the backboard as shot clock expired. And Richard Arbutante lost real estate at the sideline. So our top candidate for best player of the ball game is Joel Manili, 25 points, 7 assists, and 7 steals. And that is a peculiar kind of it's a different kind of a near double-double, or should we say a near triple-double effort for the Meralco Linemen. Of course, you also have to give it up to Mark Van Pulme with 17 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Also, John Valderrama, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. Total team effort for the Meralco Linemen as they head on to win number 3 in 4 games here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power. So we're winding down the clock on this matchup. Of course, we'd also like to thank our sponsors: First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. And the Meralco Linemen will just dribble this one out. So there's a 5-second differential between game and shot clock. Ravelo lets it fly, but missing the mark. Ravelo, behind the back pass, turns the ball over to the hands of Jerson Montellana. Arbutante for the last 2 of the match. And that will be it. Meralco Linemen, your winners to close out our Friday night action here in the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig, presented by Metro Pacific Investments and San Miguel Global Power, sponsored by First Philippine Electric Corporation, Meralco Power Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Landco Pacific Corporation, Quezon Power Philippines, and Smart Communications. Once again, my name is Diego Dabaz. Signing off for now. This has been the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 Kapit Bisig. Auf Wiedersehen. Good game and good night.